I'm Helen Hoffmeister, Minister of Music at Westminster Presbyterian Church. And that song you just heard was the lovely Christmas carol, What Child Is This? Sometimes you see that listed as Greensleeves because that's where the music started, as an English traditional tune, Greensleeves. And then after that tune was written several years later, an author wrote the words, as we know that, to What Child Is This? And I thought I was going to be able to tell you exactly how that all unfolded, but when I looked it up on that amazing resource, Google, there were differing opinions. Did the person who wrote the words put it to the music, or did the publisher do it? But it doesn't really matter because it's still a beautiful carol. So what I'm going to play for you then is a setting of What Child Is This by Richard Purvis. And I did look up some information on him. He lived in San Francisco most of his life, but he was in World War II in 1942, and it said on Wikipedia, the ultimate resource, Purvis was actually able to find time to compose while in the military. His famous setting of Greensleeves, which I'm playing today, was composed in a foxhole under enemy fire. So I thought that was really interesting. So this piece, if you watched any of these Advent devotions last year, I talked a little bit about what was on the score and how that translates to the organist. And Mr. Purvis gave a lot of instructions on this piece. And we have this wonderful instrument here at Westminster, and I can accommodate everything that he wants. It all has to be adapted because every instrument is different, but it works really well. And so at the beginning, he says, swell strings 8. Well, this keyboard is called the swell. Strings 8, it's not really a string. A string would be a violin. This is called a viola da gamba. On the great, that's this keyboard, he says flute 8. Well, I've pulled a Borden. I know that's a flute sound. And then down here on the choir, he calls for a third sound. And then he gives markings for the pedal, which is down here. So at the beginning, he tells you put the melody down here, put the accompaniment up here, and then the pedal, he says, is like a tambour, which is French for a drum. So the pedal just does this for a while. And that goes on for a while. It just puts a good bass line in this piece. Then when you get over here to this piece of the music, he wants you to change the sound, and you have to change it really fast. So I've got this little yellow sticky note. It says choir 1. This is choir, here's 1, this little button. So when I get there, I'm going to push that in a hurry, and I'll go from this sound to this sound. But it has to happen fast, so it goes like this. That fast. So that goes on for a while, and then at the top of this page, he wants you to add flutes 8 and 4, which I'm adding over here. Then this has to happen in a hurry too, so I've got a little sticky note that says swell 5, so I'm going to push this 5 when we get there. It's not a huge difference, but it's not a huge dramatic piece. It doesn't need a huge difference. Then he wants that, here he says flutes off. He wants you to take that off there. So I've got that set up on swell 1 right here, because that's an easy reach for me, and that's another one that has to go fast. So it goes like this. That goes on, and then when we get to the end, you really need a third arm to finish this piece, but I don't happen to have one. So this is set up like this. And then he wants you to add something in the pedal. So I've got something set up down here, so I hit that. More pedal came on. So that's the mechanics of the piece, and now I'm going to play it all the way through. And if you catch all of that, great, and if you don't, that's great too.